or even in Thailand. So if you would like to do anything about the Chinese, Yaowarat is one of the best places to start from. Moreover, many people said that in the past in Yaowarat there were a lot of Rong Cha. So it's interesting to study that. How about today? When people have more choices, what is going on? For Siam Discovery, in contrast, it can be kind of a very new community. It's one of the new centers for the new generation. So if you find that there are tea shops in both areas, in Yaowarat and in Siam Discovery, what do you think? How different between them? Are there any significance? And how about the point that some said that tea is only a way of life of the Chinese elderly? Is it true? So, all of these are the background of my topic. I'm trying to study tea drinking at the present time to find out how similar or how different between tea shops at Bangkok's Chinatown and Siam Discovery. How Chinese tea drinking is still existing, changing or developing. For those who are interested in the history of tea, both in China and Thailand in details, please read the handouts given to you. Actually, this is my favorite part. I really like this part, but today I'm afraid that we don't have enough time to talk about it. Now let me show you my field study at Bangkok's Chinatown and at Siam Discovery. Here is the old market of Bangkok's Chinatown or Yaowarat. It's very crowded. These are kind of tea leaf shops. You will see they put tea together with other kinds of foods. There are many kinds of tea, quite not expensive. Each kind has paper written its name here, and good quality for health. These are containers of tea. You can buy a box or a bag of tea or even 10 grams of tea. If you would like to buy tea leaves, for example, longjing or oolong, about 10 grams, the sellers will spoon tea leaves into a plastic bag or into a paper and wrap it. It's kind of handmade packaging. You can buy the least amount of tea as you want. This is a tea leaf shop inside the department store at Yaowarat. She is the owner, she is the Chinese, and he is a customer. He is a plant owner in Thailand. This is inside the shop. This is poor. Please remember the decoration and furnishing to compare with other shops later. This is a kind of containers that put leaf in bottom. This is after we buy it. It's quite similar to the one that we see at the old market, but maybe this is cleaner. This is the tea drinking shop on the second floor of the same department store. They call here Sapa Cafe or coffee shop in Thai, but in Chinese they call Cha Tian. Cha Tian means tea shop. So it means for the Chinese, shop that we come together, that gathering people together to talk, to meet, to chat, is still a tea shop, not a coffee shop. And we can sit here and try many kinds of Chinese tea, choose which kind of tea we want. They will make a pot of tea for us. There are customers. This one just opened about 1 or 2 years ago. It looks very very Chinese. When we come here, it seems we are in China, not in Thailand. And this is a customer. He is a Chinese. Came to Thailand about 30 years ago. His face is before we interview him. Looks like a pop eye. But after talking, we can break the ice. He spoke Chaozhou or Daijiu dialect. He said he comes here every Sunday to sip tea. These are many kinds of tea. You can choose it. This is the price for each pot. For example, Feng Huang tea, 150 baht for a pot. And the seller of this shop is a Chinese. She came from the south of China. Her way of making tea so is Gong Fu Cha. She served you like this. That day I ordered Suji Cha or four season tea. It's very, very fragrant. Water can be refilled as much as you want. These are a kind of food or snack for tea. It is there's steamed corn and peanuts in the back. And this is the other shop. This shop you can make tea for yourself. They give you all equipment to make tea. This is more personal. And this is the other shop on the same department store. Quite interesting. She is the owner and came from Heilongjiang, further than Beijing. So it's pretty far, right? She can't speak Thai or Chaozhou. She speaks Mandarin, but she also uses Chaoshan Gong Fu Cha to be her way of making tea. This is food of the shop, jiaozi or dumplings, Chinese northern style. They also serve Chinese tea first here, and water also can refill as you like. This is the menu and only Chinese language, Chinese characters. So if you can speak Mandarin, please do not come here alone. And now we come to Yesa. This shop is very old. Actually, it's a coffee shop. This written คั่วสดๆชงใหม่ๆวันต่อวัน means that coffee is very fresh. It's daily made. And this is kind of the food and drink. However, they also serve Chinese tea with ice. Yeah. And this is the atmosphere of this shop. The customers are all male, no female customers here. So except us, my friend and I, that day, I think they're quite surprised when we enter the shop. Very scary. And this is another shop called Ekteng Pugi. It's also crowded. Now, before we go to Siam Discovery, let me introduce AUG at Bamrung Road. It's open since the reign of King Rama VI. According to an interview with Kun Nopon Pasapong, the owner of this shop, we have known that because of civil wars and economical crisis in China, her grandfather left Fujian province for Bangkok in the reign of King Rama V. He started open tea shop at Bamrung Road, and at that time it probably had other tea shops in Bangkok because his grandfather's cousins also came to Siam and they knew the way of producing and buying tea too. Customers of Ong Il-gi at that time were the rich, the high-ranking officials, both the Chinese, Sino-Thai and Thai, as well as the royal family. These customers bought tea to drink themselves and to present to the monks to make a merit. The Chinese and Sino-Thai also served tea offering to their gods every day and especially in the rituals. Most of them, after offering tea to gods, they drink that kind of tea all days. These are the old cabinet. Keep packs of tea inside. There are tea of Ong Il-gi. For example, Cha Tat Tra Pan. This kind of tea is very famous in the past time and in the countryside. 20 baht for each. It's very cheap. This kind of tea we can't buy at its branch at Siam Discovery. Now we come to our last spot, Siam Paragon or Siam Discovery. This is Ong's Tea Shop, a branch of Ong Il-gi. In my opinion, now Ong Il-gi seems to be the oldest tea shop that has still kept developing the products and markets in Bangkok or maybe in Thailand. After the shop at Bamrung Meong Road is successful, the owner and the descendants opened other branches under the name of Ong's Tea at the Skull, Yohan Gaison Plaza, Siam Discovery and Paragon. Unfortunately, now Ong's Tea at Paragon is reconstructing, so we have a chance to look and take pictures of Ong's Tea shop only at Siam Discovery. Here inside the shop, see, it looks like a gallery, right? These are also the products of the shop. Teapot. Kunopan said that there are some people buy teapot only for keeping, showing, not for using, because it's very expensive. These are quite expensive. You see, here it's around 80,000. No, it's 80,000 for each. It's very good. But yes, and so these are very expensive and they are provided for the need of customers here. There are no discount of products at Bamrung Meong Road or even other tea shops at Yawarat. And here there are Chinese tea products. If you like which kinds of tea, you have to buy the whole bottle. They won't separate it for you as the shops at Yawarat. The products focus on products imported from China, Taiwan, and also Japan. No products of Thailand. Because the owners and also the customers believe that the quality of these imported products is better than the quality of products produced inside the country or even imported products from other countries. These are the pictures shown inside the shop. The pictures present that Her Royal Highness Princess Mahajagri Sirinthorn used to come here. This is the owner's crowd, I think. These pictures may make the shop look more high class or closely related to the royal family. This is a poster for advertising the shop at Bamrung Mueang. This picture is to confirm the long history of Ong Ilgi or Ong Tea. It's written that established 20 years in Siam, one of the biggest firms in Siam dealing in tea. Purveyors of tea to merchants and notabilities, especially to the Lord Chamberlain's Department of the Ministry of the Royal Household. Tea sold by our firm is of superior quality and is unsurpassed in flavor. So if you want to get good tea, just come straight to us and get your supply from Ong Ilgi. And the address is at the Bamrung Mueang nowadays. And now we come to this is the corner of brewing, making, and drinking tea inside the shop. Because that tea is high quality and high price, so the shop is in the air conditioner press, well equipped, so they can give chances for customers to taste each kind of tea before making a decision to buy the whole bottle. The shop provides places and other desserts for you to keep you stay inside the shop and enjoy a cup of tea or a pot of tea with your friends longer than the old tea shop. So you can order soft tofu or soybean jellies, and this one, and this is green tea ice cream and green tea water in the bottle. They will serve you Chinese hot tea for free. They also have a menu for Chinese tea and this. It's like the tea drinking shop at the department store in Yawarat. You choose which kind of tea you like. They will make a pot of tea for you and refill water as much as you want. Now we come to the conclusion. From the pictures, we can answer the questions. How similar or how different between tea shops at Bangkok, Chinatown, and Siam Discovery? Are there any significance? I think for the picture you can see that it can be divided into 2 points. First is Chinese tea shop and second Chinese tea drinking shop. In this point, I'm talking about for Chinese tea leaf shop. I'm talking about the shops that only sell a box of Chinese tea leaves. According to the interviews, in the past, tea leaf shop in Thailand only sell a box of tea leaves. You buy it, take it home, make a cup of tea for yourselves, use in the ritual or present to the monks to make a merit. From the pictures, you will see there are some differences between tea shops at Yawarat and Siam Discovery. There are products, packaging, before and after you buy it, atmosphere inside the shop, prices and locations. These differences because their aims for customers are different. Tea shop at Siam Discovery aims at middle cost to high cost market and also aims at the youth. We can see from the new products. For example, ice cream, green tea water in the bottom and soybean jellies. On the other hand, tea shops at Yawarat aim at middle cost to low cost markets. From the locations, we can classify tea shops at Yawarat into 2 groups. There are tea shops at department store and at old market. The decoration and furnishing inside the shops are different and the quality of tea may different, but they are similar in some ways. First, their packaging is very similar. Second, both of them aim at middle cost to low cost market. The customers are the middle-aged and elderly customers. They are Thai, Sino-Thai, and Chinese, and some of them may be the rich, the owner of the plants or restaurants, but they would like to buy a large amount of tea to serve their employees or workers. And last, their products imported from China, Taiwan, and also products of Thailand. However, although there are differences between tea shops at Yaowarat and Siam Discovery, there is interesting similarity between them. They have their own certain groups of customers. Their customers are Thai, Sino-Thai, and Chinese, and the sellers feel certain that the group of tea drinkers in Thailand, especially in Bangkok, isn't reduced, but increased. Chulalongkorn gave her opinion that nowadays the number of health-conscious people continues to increase too. And now we come to the second point is Chinese tea drinking shop. Since the past, there were tea shops for drink in Thailand, but some of us may have known that this kind of Chinese tea shops called Rong Nam Cha have a hidden meaning, quite negative. For those who are interested in this point, may read the book named จากอาสามถึงหยำฉา or From Assam to หยำฉา of ยุวดีต้นสกุลรุ่งเรือง Nowadays, at Yaowarat, drinking tea at Chinese tea shops is still the way of life of some middle-aged and elderly men. It may be said that the real tea drinking shop at Yaowarat department store that we have seen is a very new thing, not more than 10 years in Bangkok. It's interesting to further study that this is because of recently entering of new Chinese group into Bangkok or because of the trend of drinking tea nowadays. However, it's clear that this is the new area for those who love drinking tea and is also an alternative chance for middle and low-income people to taste many kinds of tea. Besides, the youth also get to drink Chinese tea. For example, I found a student named Nong Bia. He is a Dream Udom student, 16 years old. I have found him and interviewed him at Ong's Tea at Siam Discovery. He said that he loves drinking tea, and he drinks tea every morning before going to school because he found that Chinese tea is good for his health. He used to be allergic, but after drinking tea continually, he feels better and healthier. And nowadays, he said he wants to go to China to see the birthplace and the production of tea. Gang of tea drinkers or Guan Cha doesn't only exist at Yaowarat or Lumpini Garden. It also exists at Siam Discovery. The members of this gang are doctor, writer, student, and merchant. They are seriously interested in tea. Every Sunday evening, they gather at the shop to try new Chinese tea, discussing on its flavor, origin, and qualities. Now we know the Chinese tea drinking still exists. It's also changing and developing, but hard. From the field studies and interviews, we can conclude that first, image of tea shops is changing. The tea market, for example, at the old market and on AUG, are able to represent the old image of tea leaf shop, whereas the tea shops at Siam Discovery is the innovation of tea leaf shop in Bangkok or even in Thailand. For the old old-style tea shop. You come into the shop, buy a box of tea and leave the shop, maybe less than 5 minutes. But in the new style of tea shop, you may linger in the shop about more than 10 to 20 minutes. In this period of time, if you like, the seller may tell you a lot of tea stories, tea benefits, and ways of making a cup of tea. Although some tea shops are not different from the past time and some old tea shops are closed, some new tea shops are open and some old tea shops develop themselves to suit the social that is changing. Second, the middle-aged and elderly may drink Chinese tea because it's still in their way of life. They use tea in hospitality and ritual, whereas the new generation drink tea because they care of their health. It's also more commercial because the sellers have to promote their products. They use the health-conscious trend nowadays to highlight the quality of Chinese tea. So, health-conscious person is another big group of consuming tea. Some of them drink tea for recovering their health first, but they get to know the history of tea and the art of tea. And the last point is nowadays tea drinking shop is not only the heritage of community, it's also for public. In the past, drinking high quality or expensive Chinese tea is only the chance for the rich or upper class. But for the middle and low income people may not have any chance to buy or even try the taste of this kind of tea. But providing many kinds of tea, including high quality at tea drinking shop at the department store in Yaowarat, or even at own tea shop, is a chance for them. Moreover, it's also the new area for the elderly to meet their friends, talk together, and try many kinds of tea. In conclusion, in my opinion, it's interesting that this is similar to the history of Chinese tea in China. Tea culture started from the upper class, the royal family, the monks, before it spread into the ordinary people around the country. Now, this is my friend. She accompanied me to many tea shops and gives me a lot of useful information. Thank you very much for your attention.
Hello. A friend of mine who was very interested in Chinese teas, who is actually German, he always used to relish going to Penang because he knew tea masters there who could do Chinese tea ceremony, and he's not been able to find it in Thailand. Do you know whether there are tea masters of ritual Chinese tea in Thailand?
Which kind of tea master?
Well, I mean, I don't know enough to know that there's different types, but I'm sure there's thousands of years of history. But are there people who treat it as a social ritual like that, where you can go, maybe learn how to do it? It's a very, he treats it as a meditation, and that's why he likes it. It calms him down.
Hi, congratulations on the research. It's very interesting. maybe I can answer your question. One of the guests you asked about tea master, and actually, the Chinese tea, or rather Taiwanese oolong tea, has been now imported to northern Thailand, especially the Mesalong area, for more than 20 years now. And because oolong tea is a very good quality hybrid, and that's very difficult to roast, because planting is easy, but how to make it, usually the tea master, not only to perform the ceremony, but also to make the tea, they usually have to lock the factory, because that is considered a very special knowledge that cannot release to the rivals. So because it's concerned about the tea's colors and the smell, the way the tea leaves look, and it's all the secrets for these tea making technique. And I understand now in Mesalong area, there are more than 20 oolong tea farmers, and they are also trying to develop the tea shops or tea houses that you mentioned. And once in a while, they will invite Taiwanese or Chinese tea master to come and perform. And I think you can check on their websites. And because during the Cultural Revolution, the real Chinese tea ceremony has been lost for a while, but it's been booming in Taiwan because that's where I come from. So I know literally growing up with tea culture and arts every day there. And the teapot, why is it so expensive? Actually, the most expensive one is the one that's been brewing tea and with a kind of a tea mold on it for a long time, and that's even more. That could be like millions. Zishahu is a very special material that said to keep the intact of the tea flavor inside. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm curious. When you study about tea drinker,
Yes.
most Chinese drinker tea don't put anything in that tea, right? Hot tea. They put some cream, sugar,
No.
anything.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Yes. The real Chinese tea is only water and tea.
Water and tea.
Yes, no sugar, no milk, because they think sugar and milk will make the quality of tea is lower. Yes.
Yeah, because the reason I asked this question because at Siam Paragon was discovering maybe change some style of drinking. Too many still keep the style of like old style drinking tea.
Yes, the old style.
And the cup, I'm curious about the cup that they use, the Chinese cup or just coffee cup?
The Chinese cup. The Chinese cup. The white ceramics. The white one. Yes.
Yeah, because I love tea, but tea never loved me. the reason I asking because I'm just curious, have to drink with this way because the tea when I drink it cause my stomach upset, and I love to smell. I think so beautiful and love to drink, but I have to drink. But one more question:
Yes.
the tea just only leaf and the green tea,
Yes.
leaf tree. Okay.
Yes. And I have that problem too. Maybe you can try white tea first because it's good for your stomach. Some said that if someone that isn't used to drinking tea, maybe you can start from very very light tea, and the lightest one is white tea. Yes, it's a cup of tea.
I start with the name tea, but it's not the real one. have in the ice that we serve at the restaurant. That's not real tea, they call tea.
Yes, also tea.
Yeah, that's why my life is not close to the real one. Yeah.
Yes. Because they said that tea used to should drink in hot, because if you drink in cold, it might not good enough for your health.
Too late then. Thank you.
Tea shop, you mean tea leaf shop? I found only one. I have found only one is on tea. Only one.
How much the price change from 20 baht
to 2,000 for a bottle. Yes, 2,000 baht for a bottle. But they said that is very the quality is very high. Is the highest. Something like that.
I would like to ask a question, please.
Yes.
In some places in Thailand, they serve coffee,
Yes.
and at the same time, they serve tea with a coffee. Like in Europe, if you order a coffee in Italy, you will get a glass of water, which goes very well with coffee. But normally, coffee drinkers don't like tea, and tea drinkers are not coffee addicts. Do you know something about that?
That I call fake tea. It's not the real one.
Well, they call it nam lon, but it's tea. But why do you drink? No, not after. Side by side. You drink the coffee. You drink the tea.
After you finish the coffee.
Maybe I can answer that question.
Please.
This is my kind of topics I'm going to present
Okay.
tomorrow morning. So, traditionally, coffee in Thai it's quite strong because made by roast coffee beans, 100%. It's very strong, and if you add sugar and sweet condensed milk already added, but very strong and very